Well, Dita, what are you gonna do today? Well, let's do a bass guitar. So I won't be playing on this one, but I'll be showing what I did to my nice 23-year-old Yamaha RBX7 bass. I used to play in a couple of bands, bass guitar, back in the day, and this was my go-to bass. Very nice bass. Love it. Now, after a friend of mine just picked up the bass guitar, so I was giving him some lessons, and so he wanted me to do some videos, and I hadn't played this thing in quite a while, and I pulled it out of its case and played it for a couple hours, and then the sound just went crappy. So I checked the battery, because it originally came with active pickups, so the active pickups have a circuit board in it and a 9-volt battery to power it. And that's my dog. And I changed the battery, and still I only had about 10–15% of the volume. So I figured out that the circuit board was crap, and I contacted Yamaha Canada in Vancouver, who were very helpful. They sent me a real nice what do they call it, technician's manual on the bass, but they said unfortunately, because it was so old, they didn't have any replacement parts for it, so I would have had to put in a new board and different pickups. And so I decided to get some to make it a passive bass, where I didn't have to deal with this issue again. I might not even be alive in another 22 years, but that's another story. So I decided to get some real nice Seymour Duncan New York City humbuckers and make it a passive bass. I had Seymour Duncan was also good on you guys, very helpful with helping me rewire this thing, and I don't know if you can see here, kind of went crazy. You see, I have 4 toggle switches there. So I went online and I found a site, how to split your pickups. So I've got these wired both in series and parallel, and also a coil tapped and split. So it's got a myriad of sounds. I'll get into that another stage. I'm not going to plug it in because I'm outside, but I just want to show you the bass and what I did. And if the main reason for this is, if you have an old bass, my decision was this. This was a very good bass 22 years ago. I think it was around 1,200 bucks. So it wasn't cheap. So I'm going, do I take it to somebody? It would cost me $1,000 probably to get a new active system put in. But I like to do things myself. Or, hey, let's make it a passive bass. And I'm glad I did. It was 3 days of kind of hell with real small wires, and I can't, unfortunately I took pictures, but I deleted them of when I was doing this. But trust me, everything just fits in there, and that was quite a challenge, but I'm glad I did it. A beautiful bass, and it's like I've got a brand new super guitar. This was a great bass 22 years ago when I bought it, 23 years ago, and it's even better. It's a completely different beast now. This was the original color. I scraped it all off just because I like natural things, and I think it looks cool. I scraped the finish off, and if you notice around the pickups, you see I got pure 99.9999% copper foil, and made proper Faraday cages to isolate it. So you'll hear on the follow-up video I do to it, it's noiseless. No noise, no buzz, no hum. Amazing. Beautiful guitar from Yamaha. Canadian maple neck. ebony fretboard, and I think that, to me, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like an alder body with an ash laminate top on it. Anyway, well worth the effort. I just wanted to show you this. And here's another thing. For these people that tell you your guitar neck has to be straight, pick up a bass, okay? All good guitars have a slight bow in the neck so that the strings vibrate freely and they're not buzzing like crazy, okay? So anyway, I just thought I'd show this to you. I'm super stoked about it. It was, don't get me wrong, I'm not a genius at electronics, but COVID has made me get into it. Like I've been building my own tube amps. It's really exciting and very interesting. But I have big hands, and working in these small places is really challenging. So it took me 3 days to do it. Glad I did it, but I'd be lying if I told you I did not swear quite a bit at certain times. But well worth it. So have a good day, keep playing, and when I get my bass amp dragged out here onto the balcony, maybe in the next few days, I'll let you know what this sounds like. But super stoked. I think it's gorgeous. It's very unique. Made my own brass plate here, and you can see the battery's disconnected, no battery in it. And I'm stoked. To me, it's like I took my old 23-year-old $1,500, $1,200 bass and turned it into a monster that probably I have to pay 3 or 4 grand to get something like this. And Seymour Duncan, kudos. Love these pickups. They're awesome. You'll get to hear it, I promise, later. But thanks for the support too. Ciao.